Well, it's about God time. Hello everyone, it's me, Aaron, Professor Thorgi, your guide to all things geeky, and I remember when the last Batman v Superman trailer came out, and everybody was like, oh, they probably got one more. They probably got one more. Like, we are way too close to that release date, and we've already gotten 3 trailers. There's no way that another trailer is coming out, and honestly, I don't want another trailer to come out, because they have spoiled way too much stuff already. I feel like I already know how this movie is going to play out. I feel like I've already seen it. And yet, we now have another trailer, and thank God. We have been talking about this film for 3 years now, and every single time that comes up, I always have that feeling of, it could be good. Yeah, I've got some hopes for it. Because, yes, this is the sequel to Man of Steel, and I wasn't a fan of Man of Steel, but that is not a surprise to anybody on this channel. I've mentioned it enough times. And every single trailer I've gotten, I've been like, this kind of feels exactly the same. And then we got that last trailer, and hoo boy. Wow. I won't go into all my problems with that last trailer, because I already did 2 whole videos on it. But let's just say, yeah, that one left a real bad taste in my mouth. And I was beginning to get worried for the entire future of the DC Cinematic Universe. But then that Suicide Squad trailer came out. And oh my God, did they nail it with that. That was everything I wanted to see in that trailer. That trailer knew what it was doing. Now, I'm not going to say that Warner Brothers came in and took the people who made that Suicide Squad trailer and had them make this Batman v Superman trailer, because there's no way of knowing that. However, after looking at this new trailer and looking at the last trailer, one thing I know for certain is someone got can. Someone at Warner Brothers left their office with all their in a box, because there is no way that that person, after they screwed up so royally on the last one, had anything to do with this one. That last trailer almost felt like they were desperately grabbing at straws because they knew the Civil War trailer was coming out. So like, we gotta book them next week. Quick, throw something together and put in all that stuff that's gonna make people talk about this more than Civil War. And indeed, we were talking about more than Civil War. Not for the reasons they wanted, but I'm bringing up that last trailer because I want to make it very clear how much better this trailer was. I know that there's a lot of people out there who think, oh, Aaron, you are just a Marvel fanboy. You just love all the Marvel films, so that means you just instantly hate DC. Listen, I am so sick of the Marvel versus DC debate, alright? They both have their qualities, and they're both just movies being made by different companies. They're both equally capable of being good. The entire idea of coming in and prejudging one of these to be better or worse than the other because of the cinematic universe that it's set in is dumb. However, yes, I will admit, I have been hating on the DC films more, and the reason why is, have you seen what they've been giving us? I'm bringing this all up because look at this trailer, and look at that Suicide Squad trailer, and then go back and look at all the stuff that you've been getting. This is the moment I've been waiting for. This is the moment when the people working on the DC films finally went, oh, I know what we're doing. I get it now. And yes, I know it's just a trailer. I know it's just a trailer. This doesn't change anything about the movie that is about to come up. However, it does mean that they're starting to learn. They're starting to realize how to put themselves out there. They're starting to learn that you can't just go, yeah, Superman, you guys know that, right? Oh, Batman, you know him, right? Okay, cool, they're gonna fight. All right, how about we just make it dark? Darker, darker, really dark. Can't even see it, it's so dark. Dark like a bat. The people who are working behind the scenes on this film finally realize, oh, what if we made people excited? What if we just didn't show everything? What if we learned how to, what's the word? Tease people with what's coming up. And also, yes, like I said, it's not like they went back and completely reshot the movie. However, what they have been showing us so far made me worried about that film. The stuff I saw in this trailer made me so excited. First off, it came in and it established Batman. Before, it was just like, yeah, you know who Batman is, right? Yeah, okay, cool. It's like, no, you have no idea how many different versions of Batman there are out there. Heck, you could be creating your complete own original version of Batman for all we know. Just because we know that character doesn't mean we know what character you're going to put in the movie. But this thing starts with their version of Batman and we go, oh, I know exactly who this guy is now. And the Batman it looks like we're going to be getting in this movie is Batman. It looks like we're finally going to get on screen the Batman I've always wanted to see, because don't get me wrong, I like the Michael Keaton films, and I love the Dark Knight films, but I didn't love them for Batman. I loved them for everything else that was around Batman in that film. Batman in the Dark Knight films never really felt like Batman to me. I mean, he wasn't really doing any detective work. He was just kind of scaring people with a gravelly voice and interrogating them by beating them up a lot. Not to mention the fighting style of the Batman in the old Dark Knight films basically came down to punch the dudes a lot. I mean, especially in Dark Knight Rises, that's the one when it really hit me and I realized what this Batman was. Because in the Dark Knight film, he just punched Bane a lot, and then Bane kicked his ass, and then he went on this big spiritual journey, and he learned a lot about himself and how to fight, and then he got back in there for the big rematch, and he just punched him a lot again. Just now he was aiming for the face. However, in this one, the way that starts off with Alfred talking to him, it's like, oh shoot, this is exactly like how it is in the comic. And then he just burst in with that amazing arrival that was a Batman style arrival, and that entire fight scene. Holy cow. That was stuff that you don't see outside of the Arkham games, alright? They knew exactly what type of Batman they wanted to put in this film. And I'll say this, I'm still nervous about Superman in this movie, because I don't really think that they captured his character well in that last one, and it doesn't really look like they've learned their lesson. However, if this is the Batman we're going to get throughout the rest of this cinematic universe, the Batman I saw in these fight scenes and interacting with Alfred, that's a Batman I want to see. That is a Batman I would gladly watch in his own movie, or watch in a Justice League film, or watch in a Suicide Squad film. This is the Batman that I want to see in the next couple movies. And the same thing goes for Wonder Woman. I mean, granted, what we see of Wonder Woman is really small in here. It's a little bit more than what we've gotten, but what we've gotten so far was just kind of that pose. That pose of her with a shield, standing there. It's like, okay, that's pretty cool, but it doesn't really tell me a lot about you. All we really get in this one is her little brief interaction with Batman, and then her charging into battle, but both those times I was like, yeah, I can see that as Wonder Woman. That seems like it'll work. And that shot of her charging into battle, again, complete badass moment. That was excellent. It had me pumped. It had my blood rushing. I was so excited in that moment. And the main reason I was excited, we didn't see what she was charging at. I was convinced that when I saw her charging up, I was like, okay, and they're gonna show her charging right at Doomsday, all right? No Doomsday. It really feels like they saw what happened and the response that came from that last trailer, and they went, we have to fix this. If they had one of those Men in Black little mind eraser things, they would have used it on us, alright? They would have made us all forget that last trailer, and that's the reason they didn't show Doomsday in this one. We know what she's charging at, and yet they were still like, no guys, come on, alright, let's just be cool, alright? If we don't mention him, maybe everyone will forget about it. Because honestly, this was the Batman v Superman trailer. This should have been the first trailer. This should have been the only trailer, because you don't have to try hard to sell people on Batman v Superman. You just have to give us that taste. You just have to give us a little bit of that flavor, and we'll come walking into the kitchen asking what you're cooking. But with those previous trailers, especially that last one, they were just shoving it right in our face like, come on, no, I know you want all this. Come on, just eat it. This needs to be a GIF. I don't know what needs to be a reaction GIF for, but it needs to be something. Stop it. Okay, but in this one, I'm so stupid. But in this one, yeah, I got the sense of what this film would be without knowing all the plot points, without knowing exactly where the story would go. This film got me intrigued and excited, exactly what a teaser trailer is supposed to do. So yes, thank God they put this out. I take back me saying that they didn't need any more trailers, because after that last one, hoo boy, they needed a redemption story. This was it. Now, if I have to give this trailer one complaint, it would probably be the music. I did like it. I thought it was alright, but it was just a tad bit generic. But at the same time, I was impressed with it because it was different. Every single one of the trailers we've gotten so far has been that same blah, blah music that we've gotten so many times. And yes, I get that music makes it seem big. Makes it seem like this is the biggest, most apocalyptic battle of all time, and it makes it seem very dark and serious, which is the tone that they're going for. However, these trailers need to give us some different flavors to this film. And the flavor that this music gave this trailer was, oh my gosh, it's those two heroes I've always wanted to see fighting each other. In fact, I've already compared this trailer to the Suicide Squad trailer, And in that one, the music was so important for setting the tone of that trailer. And once again, it looks like they took notes on. It doesn't even look like they took notes just from Suicide Squad. I mentioned this in one of my previous trailer reactions, but that new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer? I mentioned in there that It's Tricky was so important to that trailer because it just made it seem that much more fun. In fact, I even joked about how much more fun and how much more I would be looking forward to Batman v Superman if they had used It's Tricky in that trailer. And granted, it wasn't as fun as that, but it did make me look at this trailer and it made me go, okay, you guys are finally going for fun with these trailers. You're going for excitement. Also, side note, I would gladly sync up all of It's Tricky with the Batman v Superman trailer if it weren't for the fact that the little robot that looks for copyright info on YouTube has currently gone insane and is taking down pretty much everything it can find, which is also the reason why I'm not using any clips in this video. Sorry about that. Anyway, moving on. And this trailer also did what every big blockbuster movie is supposed to do in their trailers. They're supposed to give you that one moment that makes you go, oh, what's gonna happen next? In the previous Batman v Superman trailers, they felt like they were trying to load in too many of those, so they all kind of lost their flavor and lost their importance. This one, it's got that one moment when Superman throws that punch up and Batman just blocks it and we just see his face. Listen, I hate this whole thing of, oh, Batman can totally beat Superman. Batman can totally beat Superman because he's prepared for anything and he's the biggest and the best. That drives me nuts. However, the moment that I saw that, I went, kick his ass, Batman. You go. Yes, that moment did indeed make me go, oh, what's gonna happen? And the best part is they didn't show me right afterwards. This trailer is the first trailer that legitimately has me excited for this movie. So let me know in the comments down below how you felt about this trailer, and check out some of my other trailer reactions and some of the other talks that I've done about this upcoming Batman v Superman film. I'll have them at the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. Come back next time.